Let's bring in ABC News contributor and former senior CIA field operative Darrell Blocker for more. Darrell, thank you for being with us. President Trump and Secretary Hegseth said last night that they believe Iran is responsible for the attack on the girls' school. The Pentagon and U.S. CENTCOM say an investigation into what happened is underway. How does this type of investigation typically unfold?
Well, typically how it unfolds means you're going to have someone that's going to be on the ground collaborating with you, because you can gather so much more, from the surface than you can from the air and from, after the fact. But essentially, both sides are going to have their arguments. I do think the investigations need to move forward, and everyone needs to not just assume to blame. A surface-to-air missile probably could not have done the damage that was mentioned there, and the fact that there were security facilities around that school speaks to the fact that we know that the enemy sometimes use mosques in places of hospitals and places of worship, specifically building them next to these so that they also get hit. So there's a lot of things that we still don't know.
Is it likely that the findings of this investigation would be made public?
The public opinion is going to have its voice anyway. That's the one thing public opinion is out there. But whether the U.S. military findings in complete will be shared, I doubt that. But at least the overall findings, the objectives, or the bottom line should be available to the public.
So, Darrell, I also want to ask you, one of the members of the group selecting Iran's new leader says that they have a new leader in mind, but they're not naming him. Israel, at the same time, has repeated that it plans to assassinate any potential replacement for Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, killed in last week's strike. So are these statements part of a broader ongoing campaign by Israel to dismantle the top echelon of Iranian leadership?
Absolutely. I think both sides, the Israeli side and the U.S. side, have spoken to the fact that the leadership that has been in control of Iran since 1979 is not going to be the leadership of the future. Keeping his name private is really smart. Al-Qaeda learned very quickly that the number 3 position, whoever held that title, didn't stay there very long because for a lot of reasons. And so not announcing him really is a strategic strategic on the Iranian side, so that they can actually do the planning that they want to do to counter whatever push is going to come from the outside in the near future.
All right, Darrell Blocker, we appreciate you being with us today. Thank you.